Let's begin.
It's October 24th, 2021. You know what that means. It is day 24 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 10. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before I get started with today's video, I need you to, which today's movie is Wyvern. I didn't know how to pronounce this movie until I was just like, you know what, I'll just wait until the movie tells me how to pronounce it. Before I get into this movie, I need you to click subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and share. It helps me get my channel and videos out there to a much broader audience. There's a bunch of us doing it this year. You got the I Am the Ice Lord, Trash Film, Addict, 13th Wolfman, Curly Girl at the Movies, Dave Maggot, Double Shot J, Random Horror, Retro Horror, Indie Film Cafe. There's tons of us doing it this year. So go over to their channels and do what I just asked of you, leaving a like and comment and share, because it helps them get their channels and videos out there to a much broader audience as well. So, like I mentioned, today's movie is Wyvern. It is another installment in the Maneater series. This one is just as fun as yesterday's video, which is, yesterday's was Sand Serpents. Today's prehistoric, today's villain of monster of the movie is a wyvern. I just didn't know how to pronounce it until, like I mentioned, I had to wait until I watched the movie to know how to pronounce the creature's thing. It's a prehistoric reptile that has Norse mythology background because it was frozen in ice. That's the opening shot of this movie is the ice caps melting, and the creature kind of breaks from its icy slumber and then takes off and eats a bunch of people. Basically, that's the plot of this movie. It's like we went from the desert of Afghanistan to the snowy tundra, or the snowy town of Beaver Mill, Alaska. That's where it was. This wyvern just takes charge and just starts killing people left and right, and it's actually fun. Like I had this lady on the front. She's a DJ of the town. You know, she's like the radio host of the and playing music and everything. But she's not in this movie all that often. But she's in it. And she's not the star of the movie at all. It's like you'll recognize a little bit of everybody in this movie from different various places, but that's not where this movie really shines. This movie shines with the monster, the wyvern, and him or it, and just like it's like Odin. Got bit by it, so it's like, you know what, I'm going to put you in an icy slumber, and it's free, because it used to eat all the dead evil things on the battlefields and everything, and then it's like, you know what, I had enough of that, I'm going to start eating women and children as well. So then Odin's like, got mad, it bit him, it's like, that's enough. Icy, like I keep saying, icy slumber, and then it woken up. I don't know if that's like what this particular creature's backstory was, but that's just like what the wyvern mythology is in this movie. So it runs amok on this little town in Alaska, and it's like it's very wooded and everything, and it's just a lot of fun. Like people are getting killed left and right. Like it's a pretty formidable beast in this movie. Like the sand serpents in the yesterday's video, they were very inconsistent. Like a lot of them, like they're basically like graboids, you know, like by vibrations, and they can like seek you out by sound and everything. But this one is just like, I see you, I hear you, you're dead. You know, that's basically it of the like how like just basic this monster is, but it's also very predictable. You know, they find a nest, and it's like eggs, and it's like the monster's trying to protect the eggs and like build a little family and everything, but it's just like, the monster keeps picking off people to kind of bring to their, once the eggs finally hatch. And there's a point in the movie where like why don't they just escape? So the monster has like basically just killed hundreds of people. He just like basically just went down the interstate and killed a bunch of people, and then like you see the aftermath. So it's like, okay, they're cut off, and you got this one guy who's like very like a gun nut and like very like doomsday esque kind of attitude, and he's just like he's running around with a M16, probably props from Sand Serpent, but it just overall it was a fun movie. It just like these movies aren't, you don't need, if you have like an hour and 28 minutes, that's exactly, this movie is the exact same runtime as, give or take a couple seconds, as Sand Serpents. And just the same amount of time. Like if you have about an hour and 28 minutes to kill and just need something fun and easy and just like a kind of a monster movie to watch, that but you don't want to really commit to something big and Hollywood-esque, the Wyvern and Sand Serpents from the day before are your bread and butter. So I got a few more of these coming up. I got two more coming up in the next couple days, in the Man-Eater series. So I'm just going to tell you what you need to know about this movie. I'm trying to think if there was any real scenes of note that made, like, I know I kind of talked about that in the Reanimation Night of the Living Dead movie. Like sometimes the whole movie is worth of note, and I really don't have anything to say that I really want to point out. You just have to experience this movie because it's just fun. So I'm going to jump into telling you my rating scale. 1 being run-of-the-mill horror, 2 best watch with a group, 3 more than average but adds nothing new to the horror genre, 4 helps move the horror genre forward, and 5 being a horror classic. And Wyvern is a 1. It's run-of-the-mill horror, but it's fun to watch. Sometimes that 1 can be very negative and like, oh, it's just run-of-the-mill horror, you can skip it. But this one and Sand Serpents, even though they are 1, I recommend them. So that is all. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and all I can say is thank you.